Hi there, Mapoko here, author of Conversations with JSC Altex Entrepreneurs. And this is the book, in case you haven't seen it. This is a very short video that I decided to put together for you today. I just want to read first. Before I do anything, I want to read something right here on the back of my book, because this is one of my favorite quotes. It talks about commitment, and it was said by one of the guys in the book, a guy called Jason Drew. Some of you may have read his story in the book. I'm just going to go straight and read this part. He says, anything you do in life, when you commit to it, the world changes. Because the world has only ever been changed by one thing. And that thing is commitment. Not luck, not good luck, not very good luck, but commitment. So I want to talk about commitment just a little bit. Last week, some of you may remember or may have been there. I was in Cape Town, I did a seminar there, and it's part of what inspired me really to do this video for you today. And I want to thank you if you were there, if you were in Cape Town and you were at my seminar last week. I just want to thank you. It was really great. I love the energy. You guys always giving me love, and I always get excited when I have to fly down to Cape Town and be with you guys. You're great friends. Thank you. But on the subject of commitment, before I get sidetracked, what I want to say, before I even go straight into the word itself, I believe that there's another word which I think precedes the word commitment. And that word is faith. Because think about it. In order for us to make a decision that we're going to commit ourselves to something, we've got to believe something. We've got to believe that if we commit, there are certain guarantees, you know. And that's probably where the big problem is. It's not so much that people don't want to commit. It's just that people, I guess it's human, that people want guarantees. You know, I remember when I was, let's talk, a very silly example. And as a guy, I remember when I was young, 12, 13 years old, I started noticing ladies, and I'm like, wow, she's beautiful, and maybe I'd like to get to know her better. But then, while I'm still having all these fantasies and great ideas about, wow, it would be so nice to be seen with this girl and stuff like that, then the reality hits that, oh, I have to approach her and talk to her and express myself. And then the fear creeps in, and I could feel the heart pumping out of my chest that, oh, I'm so scared. What am I going to say to her? A lot of people would say what causes that, it's the fear of rejection. That may be true, that, you know, humans are we don't want, no one wants to be rejected. But what I've found is that it's not so much that people are scared of rejection, if you really drill down to it. Because eventually you pluck enough courage, you go and you take action, you get rejected and you feel the pain, but at the very same time you still feel good because you took action. You feel good because you're a better person because you literally overcame your fear and you went and you took action. You feel good. So what is it then if it's not so much the fear of rejection? I think it's the guarantee. Because we want what we want in life, but we would rather take action when we know that we are guaranteed to get it. Which is where the word faith comes in. And when I talk about that, I think of other people who have made some huge commitments in their lives. I mean, I'm sure you can think of a couple of names yourself. I'll just name a few. One person, everybody knows, everyone around the world knows this guy, former President Mandela. This is a guy who could have become anything in life. He was a great lawyer, he was well educated. I mean, he really had it made. He was coming from a royal family. He could have become anything. But this is a guy who had a bigger vision, who saw the world, the future world, in a certain way, and he had faith that things would work out in a certain way at some point. But there were no real guarantees in the physical sense, but he really, in his mind, he could see that the world will change in some way. And he said, I'm going to commit to ensuring that we have that future. And now we are fortunate because we see exactly what he saw like 40, 50 years ago, before most of us were even born. He saw something that nobody else could see at the time. Another guy, quickly, JFK, John F. Kennedy. This is a guy who said in the early 60s, before the end of the decade, we're sending a man to the moon. Everyone thought, this guy's nuts. I mean, who could do that? How can we do that? We can't, I mean, how are we going to get to the moon? You know, he believed that by the end of the decade, they were going to send a man to the moon, and guess what happened? End of the decade, first man, couple of guys, couple of guys landed on the moon. What's that guy's name? Armstrong, just can't remember his first name. And Buzz, Aldrin, if I'm correct, can't remember him, but those were the guys that landed on the moon, you know what I mean? And other people, quick examples, in business we see this all the time. People start businesses believing the iPod, I mean, you know, Steve Jobs committed himself so many times. Branson, he does this every day. I mean, another icon, Gandhi, this is a guy who also had a great vision of the future. You know, these are huge people that had faith, and they decided as a result of that belief that they had, they would commit themselves. And most of us, most of the things we really want to commit ourselves to revolve around us. It's our future, it's our businesses. They're not really that big in the bigger scheme of life, but they're big enough because they'll make a difference in some way in the world. Now the question is, what is it for you that you know for a fact that you need to be committing yourself to, but because you don't know, that you don't have a guarantee that it's going to work out the way you want, and then you decide not to commit. Now you know that you got to have faith before you commit. And next time, when you're feeling that, you know, I know I should be committing, but I'm not sure, I really believe in this, I'm going to share with you a piece of wisdom, one of the greatest pieces of writing I've ever seen in my life. And I've written it down here on this card for you, which means it's very short, it's not long, so just bear with me for 2 more minutes. I'm just going to read through this quickly, and hopefully this will help you as much as it always helps me whenever I'm going through a process of doubt. This piece of writing was done by a guy called W.H. Murray. This guy was a mountain climber, yes, and he was a great author. He's a Scottish guy. He wrote this piece of writing. I'm going to read it through to you. He says, "Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, the providence moves too. The moment one definitely commits oneself, the providence moves too. A whole stream of events issues from the decision. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents, meetings, and material assistance, which no man could have dreamt would have come his way." So many times people say, I can't start a business because I don't have material, I don't have money, I don't have resources, I don't have... What if you can commit yourself believing with faith that what you see, the vision that you see, is actually going to come through? What if providence moves as a result of your commitment? What if all these things come your way that you could never have dreamt of? What I like also is that when he did this piece of writing, he finished it with another favorite of mine by a guy called, this guy's name is really difficult, is Wolfgang Johann, I think, Goethe. I think the correct pronunciation is Goethe. He's German. He was German, rather. He said, "Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it." So think about that. I hope this inspires you to commit yourself, to go chase your dream. I know this video was not probably, you know, the movie type, the stuff that would win awards. But hey guys, I just had to share this with you. I'm not an actor, but I just had to come in front of the camera and just share some of these ideas with you. And I hope we'll be doing this sometime soon. Great, have a wonderful day. Think about commitment, and please do come back to watch this video. Whenever you're feeling doubtful and you're not sure, you know you should be committing. You know, somebody once said, "Cover me, I'm going in." And I wish you well. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.